Hey, hello, hi, it's your home slice, Dammy Zane.
What's good? It's your boy Venom. In the building. Episode 4. Welcome to the Unpicked podcast. We're here. What are you saying, Dammy? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Very well, though. Yes. I went to the Wizkid concert.
Hey. What day were you?
Day one, hello.
Who did he bring out day one? Is that Chris Brown?
Never carry last.
Damn.
Got my ticket early. Before they were doing bring another date. My ticket was secured. Sorry, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I had Chris Brown, LMA,
Thames,
Buju
Banton.
No, everyone does that.
I've not seen Buju there. I was like, wait, Buju, how does he know Buju Banton?
Who else? I can't even remember. It was lit though. The vibes. The thing is, yeah, it was just the vibes. Like everyone was merry, everyone was lit. And when Chris Brown came out, bare people were screaming. And I just want to say, yeah, there's some haters because like the next day, yeah, there was people on Twitter going on about why are people screaming for a woman beater, for an abuser. Rihanna's forgiven him, innit?
Okay, but that's her choice.
Rihanna's forgiven him, innit?
That was a stalemate.
Rihanna's forgiven him.
Yeah, that was her choice.
Okay, but she's the victim, not us. So
that's
leave that
true.
be. And
but we know what he did.
Okay, so does the victim, and she's moved on. And then people were going on about how he tried to punch up Karrueche. And real quick, I just want to say that they went to court and it got dropped because there was no proof that he actually did anything to Karrueche.
Yeah, no substantial evidence doesn't prove innocence. It just
I'm not
means
saying
you
I'm not saying he's innocent.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying that people kind of need
it's
to
okay,
like, people just kind of need to just leave that alone. Just leave it alone, innit? Like
I even got into a conversation about this on Teams today.
He's done his time. He's done the time for the crime. Leave him be. Because these people still listen to his music, innit? They haven't cancelled him like we've cancelled R. Kelly. So if people want to scream for Chris Brown, let them scream for Chris Brown, okay? How was your week?
It was good, you know. Busy as always. Just enjoying life. I did a gig on the weekend. I DJ'd. That was weird.
I swear.
That was weird.
A DJ? Come and see
yeah, it was like...
Come and see my co-host has how many talents? Is there anything you cannot do, Venom? Swear down. DJ as well.
What can I not do? You know, out here on the decks, little ones. Nah. It was interesting, man. I mean, obviously, a couple years ago, I was DJing like crazy, but since the whole COVID thing, or rather since lockdown has been over, I have not been chasing the gig, so it was weird doing a gig. But it was still fun. But it was definitely weird.
I need to see you DJ.
On the decks. All right, let me get a few more weeks in so I can dust off the cobwebs.
No, no practice.
You wanted raw.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounded so wrong, but yeah.
You know, I saw it coming from the second I saw it. I said it. I was like,
he was like, what have I said? What have I done? It's not that type of party, guys. But you know,
raw. So, Dammy, what are we unpicking today?
I want to start off with Lani Good Tion Wayne, just because it's very current, you know, very current. In fact, today, there's been a development. So real quick for our audience, just in case some of our listeners don't know what's going on. But basically, Lani Good is a social media influencer here in the UK, and Tion Wayne is a UK rapper. And a time ago, we don't know, 5 years, 6 years or more ago, those two were in some sort of relations. People keep calling Tion her That's it. They were in an entanglement of some sort. Tion doesn't like being called her ex. She calls him her ex. Sounds a little bit like the Baby and Danny Lee sort of situation. Low key, like, she's claiming him, he's not claiming her, but we move. And essentially what happened was they were in some sort of relationship or whatever. And we don't know the facts, but we know that somehow Lani was made financially liable for a Rolex that Tion either currently still owns or had at some point. So the talk on the town was that he owed her 8k or 10k, something around that. She's being chased by debt collectors for it. And I want to say, this story has been going on since the beginning of the pandemic. Now, bearing in mind,
it's been forever, man.
COVID has been with us for almost 2 years, and Lani Good has been pestering Tion Wayne for 2 years for this money. I don't say pestering to say that she's wrong. I'm just saying that she's just not let it go, innit? Like, she's been talking about it for like
she
a
brought
good
it to
2
the public
years.
forum. Yeah,
it's been 2 years, isn't it? Almost. And so there's been some further developments. Now, she got another debt collecting letter recently, went to TikTok.
I'm just going to talk about the letter for a little bit, but I'm going to post that on a separate day. But basically, I get letters from the debt collectors every 6 months or so, roughly 6, 8, 4 months. It just depends. And what happens is my debt is considered a bad debt. I know it sounds like a fake name, but it's a real name. My debt is considered a bad debt. And my debt gets passed from companies. They buy the debt. So you see, when you're in debt, if you have a bad debt, which means like it's not easy to get the money from the person, they can sell it to another company. So for every pound you owe, they might buy the debt from that person for 10p or 5p. So they might have paid the company $2,000 when the debt is worth 8, or $1,000 when the debt is worth whatever. And the person that buys the debt chases you for the debt. My debt has been passed around from company to company. I paid back in the day, I've already, like a couple of years ago, I paid $2,000 for a lawyer. And they always just said to me to ignore the letters and to ignore the debt because I'm not liable to pay for it because it was identity fraud. I didn't sign anything. A lot of people think I did this as a favour. No, I wasn't involved. I did not sign a letter. I did not talk to them on the phone. I was none the wiser. I did not agree for a direct debit to be taken on my card. And I have to live with an ex who's now a millionaire who doesn't want to pay the debt. Cool, I make fun of him, but it's really not funny, is it? But it is what it is. You can't keep knocking on a door that's never going to open. I make jokes about him because I don't like him. I said I get paid for on YouTube, every story I do, I get paid. Of course, YouTube pays you. So I get a very good interaction when I talk about him and I get paid. But I have every right to get paid off his name because he owes me money. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I've also reported this to Action Fraud. I've reported this to the police.
So Tion came up with a rebuttal.
People are being misled, innit? Yo, if she wants to go on the internet and lie, yeah, and say that it was identity fraud, yeah, yo, she's not gonna get anywhere. That's not what happened. You get what I'm saying? She was fully aware. She even gave it to me. Like she gave it to me in my hand. I had a DM one day that I said like, yo, I can't really get over like our situation. Like, can you like run me the bread for the watch or let me get the money for that because I actually need the money because I can see you're doing well with yourself now or something. I'd have been like, cool. Like, I'm a clean-hearted guy. I would have given it to her. All this fake tears like here and there, just like when it suits her to like make people feel sympathy to cover up the harassment. Let's not forget this happened 6 years ago and she didn't stop harassing me since. And when I stopped replying to her saying she was suicidal, yeah, she turned to the internet. You know what I'm saying?
He alluded to her always knowing that he was going to buy this watch with her with her account or using her details, and apparently she willingly gave him the permission to do what he did. So that triggered her. She then started screaming, he's a liar.
At one time, Tion asked Tion said his card wasn't working. I had no money in my bank account. I was broke. These times I was probably on like 21 to 23,000 per annum. And I had no money in my bank account. So he was just like, babes, I'm going to put money in your account. I've got to buy something. My car's not working. Tion put a direct debit on my card for a 10K Rolex. Now, this is what you lot are missing. Tion looked me dead in the eye and basically said, I will never, ever, ever do you dirty. And you know you fucking said that shit. You know you fucking said that shit. You know you fucking said that shit. I never gave you permission to take the card out on my fucking card. I never did. You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar.
After that, people put up a petition because the Black UK community are sick and tired of this story. So they started a petition.
It's been dragging. It's been dragging on longer than EastEnders.
I'm telling you.
It just needs to...
And now, today, Tion agreed to pay Lani back. Praise the Lord.
Meh.
He said, you know what? It's only 8K that you're screaming about. I'll pay it.
I don't even know where to begin with that one because obviously in the earlier stages of this narrative, it did look like she was lying because she doesn't come across as being mentally stable. So once someone is put in
Holla. What do you mean she doesn't come across as mentally stable?
She does not.
What makes someone come across as... No. Okay. What is it about her that doesn't make her come across as though she's mentally stable?
I mean, it's a lot of the videos. She puts out videos mainly as her main source of driving this her Tion narrative. I mean, there's a lot to that narrative. And when you see it from, at least from my perspective of seeing her badgering him about, because it didn't just start off. Yeah, her narrative with regards to Tion didn't just start off about the watch, which I'm guessing it's always been there. But in the initial stages, it was very much about her being his ex and her still being interested and them not seeing eye to eye on something. And then it just kind of kept going round in circles. And she's very much come across quite obsessed with Tion, not to the point where it's like, this is beyond normal, if you know what I mean, if that's a good way to describe someone's interest in someone else. And so from that standpoint, then it just becomes about, oh, it's the watch, and then it's this, and then on Halloween I'm dressing up as him, and literally everything this girl does is about this one guy, and you're just like, she does not seem okay.
Lani was in love with Tion, yeah. She was a broken-hearted woman scorned. And when she originally started talking about this, she didn't even mention his name. She was just like, oh, there's, obviously she uses her story time. Doing story times on YouTube is her thing. And so she likes to talk about her past escapades with like well-known people without really saying who they are. So like her most recent one is to do with some footballer, some high-paid footballer, but she's not saying who the footballer is, so we won't really know. So what happened was with Tion Wayne, she was doing story times and she was talking about this guy that she was really in love with and how she tied his name on her vagina. She's done all sorts of crazy things, and she was talking about how they met. She spoke about how they met. She spoke so much, and she didn't really say who he was, which was what got people people that follow her and are interested in her like that. That's what got them interested in the story, because they were like, who? I wonder who it is.
Into narrative,
and they were trying to piece together who it was, and then people already were guessing correctly, and then she revealed that it is Tion Wayne. But it took her a long time for her to even mention his name. Like, she gave the whole background story before she said it was Tion Wayne. And she was very emotional about it, and that came across to me as she was obviously, I could see that she obviously was either besotted or, I don't know, in love, or just whatever emotion she has for him. She definitely has some feelings for him. And from a woman's perspective, I kind of understand what it's like when you really love someone and it doesn't work, and then it's heartbreaking, obviously. So I don't think she was moving like someone that was crazy. I think she was just being raw about her feelings for Tion and how everything played out, and you know, she's heartbroken. But we're talking about 8K or maybe 10K or even potentially 12K now, because she spent money trying to sort this out. Right? So if someone owed me that kind of money, I wouldn't be moving mad like Lani. I wouldn't be going as far as her, but I wouldn't shut up about it. Everyone around me would know this girl needs to be run her check, because for real.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's one thing to get into a situation where someone owes you that amount of money, or where you're involving yourself with people in that kind of financial way anyway, especially if you're in a relationship where they're not even claiming you. You know what I mean? There's so many mistakes that happened clearly before even the point where he got her bank details. But the reason why I say she was moving mad is because why are you getting tattoos of man's names on your...
Because she was in love with him.
On your it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
You're so harsh. Like,
wait. How many names have you got tattooed on your
0? Hello.
Have you never been in love?
I've been in love.
Oh, okay. Exactly.
I've been in love, and I've never borrowed man money because it
don't make sense.
Unless you're my husband, don't ask me to take out anything in my name for you. I don't care. I actually do not care. Like, because there's girls that do it. There's guys that do it. Buy a whole car in their name for someone else, doing up between you and I. You pay me back. Then things mess up, and then boom, you're left with the debt for something you don't own.
For a car you're not even driving. Are you mad? It can never be me.
A whole rollie that you're not wearing.
It can never be me.
But it
can even just be small trainers. I don't care, blood. When I part money, it's only a gift. It's a gift. There's no in-betweens. It's like, what? Is this girl deserving of a blah, blah, blah? Okay, cool. I feel that way about her. Then bow. There you go.
I don't know about the whole is this person deserving, but best believe, even if it's...
what are you giving to people that are undeserving?
Even if it's 5p sweets, 5p sweets, I'm not borrowing you the money. I dash you. I'm not borrowing you the money. I'm not lending you the money. In my mind, it was a gift, and I'm never gonna get it back. If I can, but it's not gonna be damn it, my credit is shit. Do you mind in your name? Comment. It's not happening. Guarantor for property. Guarantor for any loan. Don't call me. Do you not have family? I love you, babe. I love you, babe. I love you so much. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm not doing that though. Unless we're husband and wife. I'm not doing it. Don't call me.
Yeah, which is completely different. Husband and wife is completely different.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, anything can happen. We can break up, and then what? It's me that's gonna be crying like Lani Good. Is me gonna do Lani Good?
It's you that's got Tion's name tattooed on your vagina. It's not normal. It's not normal.
No, but you see the thing with tattoos, I would never get someone's name tattooed on my body, but let's say a fluke, a momentary lapse of madness. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what situation that can lead me.
What future? It's
can never. It better be past about future. Get out.
Damn.
No. There's no situation that can make me do this, But let's say there was a fluke, and I get a man's name tattooed on my body, on this golden chocolate body, and things mess up. Best believe I'm getting another tat to cover that shit up. I'm not keeping that there. I'm not doing that.
I don't even know why people are even entertaining the idea of getting names tattooed on their body.
Even my husband, I'm not touching your name on my body, boo boo. Sorry. Are you silly? Ah! What is that?
It was the boo boo.
Sorry, boo boo. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm.
Wow.
No. And I wouldn't encourage someone to get my name tagged on their body either. So it's not even like I'm trying to be funny. But...
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That is what I'm saying about moving mad. If think about it from this perspective as well. This is me trying to think from Tion's perspective. Because I don't blame him for getting out of that. I'm not going to lie to you at all. I don't care how attractive someone may think Lani is. How she moved, I would have been out ASAP as well.
I'm sorry, but just to interject here. But I think that Lani played a good game. Hear me out. She's getting paid every time she does a video about Tion Wayne on YouTube. She's getting coins.
Oh yeah,
that. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. She's getting clout. She got clout from it. She's got clout from it. And she's gone on and on and on about it. She's worn him down to the point where now she's getting her check. I hope he actually does it, but she's getting her check. Yeah. So as much as it comes across as she's crazy, now, maybe not then, but now it comes across as like, raw, like Lani, you're moving a bit mad. Like Halloween just went, she dressed up as Tion Wayne for Halloween.
That's mad.
See what I'm saying? So it comes across a bit like, oh, she's got a screw loose. It might come across like that.
No, she has.
I rate her, you know. I rate her for it. Low key, high key. I rate her because she didn't let it.
I don't know.
She didn't let it go. She said,
No. I rate her persistence.
You're a millionaire. Yeah.
No, but
and
that's
small. That
goes without saying.
That you can't dash me.
That goes without saying. That part is the dumbest part of the whole story because Tion could have, the way that she's obsessing over him and the whole thing, I guess he didn't want to admit it. And obviously paying her the 8K admits that what she's saying is the truth. It's like an admission to guilt. And he's been like, nah, I never did that the whole time. So I do understand that part. But realistically, if you had a #1 song in this country, even if it was just for half of a week, that was you. Even if it's a song that you featured with someone else, but that was you. So you can't have that and then be owing someone 8K.
I hear, yeah.
That's just mad.
And I hear it. I hear why you're saying she sounds or seems like she's moving mad. And the thing is, yeah, what you said proves something that I was thinking a while ago. I was thinking that Lani's kind of ruined her market because now most men are not going to want to go near her.
No way.
Because they'll be thinking, this girl is a headache. This girl is a headache. This girl is a headache.
It's not even a headache.
And
it's just madness.
I don't want to call it madness.
But they clearly weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, and she tatted his name on her.
We don't know that.
Vagine.
We don't know if they were boyfriend or girlfriend or not. One saying one thing, the other saying another. We will never know. We will never know the truth. We will never know the truths. Sleep Bay didn't claim his chick till she brought out receipts. The baby that we spoke about last week, check out last week's episode. The baby that we talked about last week, he didn't claim Danny Lee. But there's receipts to show that in the moment
he was acting a different type of way.
Okay, so we don't know. Tion might have, right? So we already established that some guys can lie, innit? Okay,
this is true.
So we don't know the truth, and we will never know the truth because we weren't there. Yeah, but
or maybe he hadn't seen her true character, and then when he saw it, it was like, but it was too late.
Money is on the line. That's what drove her crazy. Money is on the line. Money is on the line. Money
I don't
is
think
on
the money drove her crazy.
Listen, she's in love. Yeah, she feels like he manipulated her or done her.
He probably saw. He probably saw her mental state and said, you know what, I can kind of finesse this to work in my favor. And then she just got a little bit madder.
She explained,
he was like, oh.
She explained that she explained / accused him of mentally abusing her. So it's not, and mental abuse is not a small thing. It's not, it's not like just bullying or anything like that. Yeah. So that's why the saying that she's mad is kind of, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's actually irritating me because you can't really say that. You can't say that someone's mad.
No, but the thing is, no, but
you can't say that.
No, but I'm not. I said she's moving mad, but
she's a victim, innit? She's a victim. She's supposedly a victim of mental abuse from someone that she deemed to be her partner, who she was in love with, who's also swindled her out of 8 to 10K.
Yeah, no, I'm not this.
Would you not move mad as well? Would you not move?
No, but the thing is, the way that she's moving, I don't feel like it's a result of his actions. Like, I don't feel like the Lani that we know is the Lani that is a result of Tion Wayne's, actions towards her.
Why?
I can only see for what I can see of her, if you know what I mean.
And what have you seen of her?
The madness.
Pre Tion Wayne.
I've never known her before that. I didn't.
Okay, so then how can you say that? How can you say based on what you see of her right now who she was before? How?
Because the narrative has only developed over time. But I've always thought, bruh, this girl is moving mad. She
was moving mad because, like I said, yeah, she's in love with him. He supposedly, I have to use alleged because we don't know the truth.
Exactly.
Was mentally abusing her, psychological or mental abuse. And this guy swindled her out of 8 to 10K.
That part is the only part I'm like, yes.
I'm sorry. Anybody that has experienced something like that will move mad. And the thing is, yeah, because she's a social media influencer, yeah, she's got the platform and the followers to really make money out of it. I mean, she did a whole song out of it.
There's never been a time that I've seen her that's not been in madness. That's why I'm like, no, she's mad. And then this is her applied to this situation, her applied to that situation, etc. I forgot about the other stuff. I
find Lani annoying. I find her annoying. In terms of
her character.
In terms of her character and personality. I think I could, if we were friends, I'd have to take her with a pinch of salt. But I would not call her mad.
I don't know. I mean, I think my scale for madness is far more, or my threshold is far more, what's a better word for it? Like sensitive. Like someone has not got to be off the rails for me to be like, oh, that person's mad.
I just think we've got to be careful if we're going to be saying that anyone's mad, really, because it's not really
fair.
The right term.
It's a fair comment. But what would you use as a terminology?
Unless someone's been diagnosed with a mental illness. And even then, you call her mad. She's moving mad, but she's not mad. Sorry,
but that's what it means.
Just got to correct you there. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what it means. That's what it means. In your space.
She's moving mad. Yes, she did move mad. But like I said, he swindled her out of not £10, not £20, not £100, not even 1K. 8 to 10K. 8 to 10K. Chicken change for him. And you know what? In his video with Davido, yeah, he even threw some innuendos in there. You know the video vixen he had in that video? He even gave her a rollie in the video.
I haven't seen it. Oh, no, I haven't seen it. I'm not like into his music to see it like that, if you know what I mean.
I only saw it because I'm deep in this Lani Good Tion Wayne narrative. I needed to... Anytime she brings something out about Tion, I'm like, I need to see this. I found it annoying. I think this time last year I found it really annoying. I can't remember what she did at the time. And they were having a bit of like back and forth on Twitter. Like they were indirecting each other on Twitter and stuff like that. And this was when Clubhouse was popping. Yeah. And I went into a room on Clubhouse and it turned into this Lani Good as a victim, men are scum, men are trash.
That's the narrative she's a part of though. Big time.
And at that time I got irritated by the whole thing. I was like, this is like, Lani, just shut up about it. But then I deeped it and I thought, dummy, if you got swindled out of 8 to 10K by a man that you trusted and thought that you loved, how would you react? And especially if I had a platform like her, how would I react? Every story time I'll be opening your pants.
Damn.
Okay, maybe not. I wouldn't. You gotta have some decorum.
Do you know what it is?
She's just wild and out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's very like.
I've met girls like her. That's the thing. I've actually met girls like her, and I think this is another reason why I'm calling her mad. But rightly, I should be saying she's moving mad. But again, it's not so much about her actions. It's also about like her base, like where she is. Because I've definitely met girls that I would categorize in the same vein, who have acted how she appears to be acting towards Tion to me. And I'm like, you know what? As full of myself as I am, you can't be liking me like this. It's not normal.
Maybe you put it down. Maybe you put it... Nah.
I don't care what I did. I can fully understand.
Maybe they're stigmatized. Who knows?
Listen, sometimes it's even before that. Like, some girls are just not, I don't know what is wrong, but I mean, with people, it's not necessarily.
I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what is wrong.
I don't know, but there's definitely something wrong because, listen, I've seen her before in other people, and it just as easily as he has abused that position of power, that where he is fully aware of how committed and how besotted this person is towards him, and he doesn't feel the same way. I could have taken advantage of those people in the same way because they're committed before the action has even got to that point, if you know what I mean.
But you realize some people, yeah, and I'm sure you might have done this before, but some people, within minutes of meeting them or seeing them, you start
looking to the future.
Start looking to the future with you in it.
Sensational. But there's a difference between infatuation, being besotted, and then that particular characteristic where you're just like, nah, this person's they're gone with it. Because that's how you then gonna talk them. Babes, just lend me your debit card, blah 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 blah. They ain't gonna say no to nothing. When she says, there's anything, I would have done anything for Tion, I believe her wholeheartedly. She would have killed us for that guy.
Yeah.
Because
she said that. She said she would have gone prison for him, she would have killed for him.
Listen, this is what I'm saying, because she's tapped. It happens. There's few people out there, but it happens.
I think he was laying the wood good.
No.
And she got dickmatized. That's what I think.
No. That dickmatism, that is just that's a dry narrative, man. Dickmatism wears off because then after enough times, that becomes your normal. Any type of context like that, it just becomes normal after a time. Yeah, it might feel great.
I'm purely
I'm purely virgin.
Do you know what? I couldn't even finish it.
I didn't even know what you were saying until you said it twice. When you said the second purely, I was like, what are you talking about? Wow.
I tried to lie on international internet. Oh, God.
You couldn't even get it out. Lie. You couldn't get it out.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. In the beginning, I think she was maybe dickmatized, besotted, in love, rose-tinted glasses. The sun shines out of his ass. He's the best thing since sliced bread. And then it's become obsession. And then I think all the stuff that she's done since, because apparently, according to Tion, this happened 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So all the stuff she's done since then has derived from 6 years of he owes me money. It's now her craziness now, her moving mad now is because of the money.
Yeah, no. The money stuff is fine. The money stuff is fine, but I feel like
in the beginning, the whole giving him her card, tying his name on her, it's not stuff that's uncommon.
No, I know it's not uncommon, but like...
It's not stuff that's uncommon. So because it's not stuff that's uncommon, it's not weird. It's not like, oh, that's... No, it's not something that you would do if you have sense, granted. But it's not uncommon.
No, it's not uncommon. But I don't know that every girl that gets the good wood gets the man's name tattooed on them.
There's loads of people that get their the person they love's name on their body.
I've been loved many times.
That's you.
My name is nowhere.
That's you.
My name is nowhere.
I don't really want to say anything.
Damn. Shots, you know. Damn.
You walked into that one.
Damn.
You walked into that one.
I knew. Happily.
Yeah, anyway. That's Lani Good. I'm glad. I hope Tion actually gives her P. If he gives her P, Lani, I beg, please put a lid on it, put it to bed, shut up about it, and move. Because once he's paid, she's got the P's back. I hope he pays for damages too. I hope he pays for the solicitor's fees as well. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that won't correct her credit.
That won't touch her credit.
It's not going to correct all of that. She's still...
And it also won't correct her market.
Well, she kind of paid... She played a big hand in how her market is going to be after the fact, because she could have addressed this with some decorum, but she chose not to. Mm-hmm. So because of that, now, if her market is effed for that, cool. And I'm pretty sure there's still some guys out there that'll be willing to take...
There's always guys.
Yeah, there's always guys. And she's into women too, so... I'm sure there'll be women as well that are interested in her. Yeah, so her market might be smaller than what it would have been, but she's still going to have a market, irrespective.
I mean, she's got a platform, so she would always have a market, but...
She's always going to have a market. But yeah, I think he should pay for the watch so she can clear the debt and then pay her for solicitor's fees. But she has made money throughout the whole pandemic. She's made money from Tion's name. So, Lani, I beg, please, we are begging you. If he pays, just shut up about it and keep it moving. Because I know how YouTube works. If people still watch that video, she's still collecting coin.
Yeah, of course.
So, she can keep quiet now. And if he pays and she still talks about it, then I would agree with Tion that it is harassment. Lani. If he pays... then and she still talks, I'll say it's harassment. That's my take on the whole thing.
How much do you think, I know this is a bit of a pie in the sky question, but how much do you think he should pay in damages? So obviously the watch is 8K. So let's assume that the watch is 8K and then the debt collectors have made it go up to like 12K she owes now, yeah? So he pays the 12K, gone.
He clears the debt.
And then the 2K lawyer fee, gone.
2K lawyer fee.
Yeah.
This is chicka change.
So how much should he be paying just her for just the damages of this experience of this identity
for
fraud?
distress and inconvenience?
Yeah. 6 years ago.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not.
No, I know. I'm just pie in the sky.
You know what? If Lani's lawyers are smart, they will not allow her, because he's asked her to send his people the debt collecting letters so he can pay it off. If I was Lani's lawyers, and I'm just putting on my law hat here from my law degree days, Barrister Dami, if I was her legal representative, I would tell her, do not let him pay it yet. Now that he has put it on public record that he's willing to pay.
And addressed it. Yeah.
Court! Quickly. And let a judge make a decision about how much he's going to pay in trouble and upset. And I tell you, it's not going to be small money, because it's 6 years.
I know.
And do you know what? As much as you're saying she's mad, all of that would be admissible in court. When they see how she's been moving, they'll say that he's really tampered with her mental health. Do you know that the this just an inconvenience money will just be skyrocketing. If this girl is smart, she will not send that thing now. She'll do. My lawyers will speak to your lawyers. And
he said anyway. I saw like an Insta post where he said, "Oh, now I still haven't received."
Yeah, because do you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to apply pressure. So if she sends it and he pays it, then it's like, oh, she can't talk about it no more because I've paid it. But what she should do is take him to court and have that dealt with legally. Anyway, we have spoken about Tafoy long enough. Let's move on. So last week, for our listeners, I mean, if you haven't listened to last week's episode, I'm judging you. So watch stuff
we're both judging you.
I mean, it costs nothing to subscribe. I mean, we're even on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can play it whilst you're in the car. You can be washing the dishes and be playing our podcast, listening, tidying up, listening, shower, listening, loo, listening, commute to work.
Hanky panky.
I don't know about hanky panky. I don't think they want to be hearing. I don't think they want to be hearing something like this during hanky panky. It's not that kind of show.
Spice it up, man.
I mean, that's kind
of spice up your hanky panky with some intellectual conversation.
It's a bit kinky for listening to Venom and I have light conversation whilst you're doing the do. But if that's what gets you off, then you know. But anyway, we digress. Last week we spoke about relationships, social media, and how the representation of relationships in social media and how that is impacting the relationships within our community, because we can't talk about anywhere else, right? And we touched on so many things. And one of the things that we touched on lastminute.com was feminism, and we said we were going to dedicate this episode to that. So let's go.
Let's rock and roll. Feminism, relationships.
Let's rocky and rolly. I want to start off by saying that I don't think that people have a true and proper understanding of what feminism actually is. And I also think, I'm going to make a throwaway comment and come back to it later. I also think that people use feminism now to almost bully men.
Oh, 100%.
And to bully other women who
into supporting the cause.
Yeah, and who do not want to be solely independent.
Yeah,
that's my opinion on the matter of feminism and relationships.
Yeah, no, I hear that entirely. I think I mean, this has been the conversation for many years anyway, but we're moving more and more into a society where men are not allowed to be men because of the oppressive tendencies of men that have come before us, which is not all, it's just what has come before. And so because of those nuclear family, American dream ideals, now, you know, the landscape of relationships quite hostile in how it's set up, where it's almost a battle between men and women. Women actually have to work these days. That is also hand in hand thanks to feminism. But I don't even want to work. So when I see women having to work, knowing that they actually had a life once upon a time where they did not have to work at all, it's kind of mad. But, you know, this is the issue with, I guess, I understand the benefits of feminism, but there's also so many negatives that come with it because you're by force having to bring all women along.
So the first thing is this whole men are not allowed to be men. I think it's bullshit. Calling you out straight up. I think it's bullshit. I think it's a way for men to still try and be oppressive, and then just call it men are just being men. Okay, so I think that the whole point. I know that the whole point of feminism was so that women can be treated with the same respect as men. We have an equal playing field. We can make our own decisions about what we want for our lives. That's what we wanted. Back in the day, I'm sure you know, women couldn't vote for themselves. Women couldn't have an education. Women were used almost like pawns, or like money, basically. We were used to further men's position in life. Whether that is our dad trading us in to a husband for something else that's going to further his business or get him more land or whatever it is for political reasons.
But the same things were done to sons as well.
Not the same way as women. Women have been oppressed by men. And I think because for longer, and we've had it worse, if we're going to play a game of who's oppressed the other more, men have oppressed women for longer.
No, I've never said women are oppressing men.
More tragically than the other way around. That's why there's a whole... I think that's really the heart of Men Are Trash. Because now, in this day and age, women who say men are trash are also talking about how men have treated them in relationship, or even down to when we look at like the Me Too movement and men attacking women, being abusive to women, being aggressive towards women, and women feeling that they need to be protected. Totally agree with all of that. I think that is... I mean, I don't agree that men are trash, but I do agree that women should be and need to be protected, and women should and need to speak up a lot more about the situations we've been in where men have oppressed us, abused us, treated us badly, and we need to stick together all of that. I think that is fantastic. But what I don't like the thing that I don't like about the way feminism is going is, as a woman, I feel like if I don't agree with the masses about being independent, I become a pick-me, or it becomes an issue. That's the thing that I don't like about the direction feminism is going in. And I think that's because a lot of women don't actually understand the whole point of feminism. Because of feminism, women don't have to pay tax to wear tampons or to buy sanitary towels. Women can vote, women can go to school, women can work if they want to. But also because of feminism, I should be able to decide that I don't want to work, and actually I want my husband to work, and I stay at home and look after the kids without me being treated like, oh, she's weird, she's not independent. We didn't fight for you to be some man's whatever,
stay at home wife, or
basically. And that's the problem I have with it, because I feel like I'm a feminist. I believe I'm pro-choice. I believe that women should choose what they want for their lives. But I'll be honest, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I want to have children and then stay at home, and hubby works.
I don't want to work for the rest of my life.
That's your business. That's your business. But as for me, as a woman and feminist, and whenever I talk about it with other women who are feminists, it's a mixed response. A few months ago, there was a debate on Twitter about cancelling the Destiny's Child song "Cater to You."
Yeah, I saw that. That's just dumb.
It's like, oh, we're not going to make everything about the man now. We're not going to, if you listen to the lyrics, it's problematic. No, how about you can still be feminist and believe in women and be pro-woman, protective over your fellow women, and still have those values of, I want to take my man's shoes off and his coat off and serve him food. Even the whole conversation about when you've got a kid and a man, who do you serve food to first? And the women that say that they would give their man food first, the women that chose the kids first were like, no, God forbid you put a man first in your life as a woman. God forbid. Problems. I just feel like there's feminism, and then there's bullying other women and bullying men.
I think the wider society has made it a culture to make women who serve men or adhere to men's needs or anything like that, that positions the woman they position that woman firstly as subservient to man, because they're serving them in some type of way, and you can't do that. And then they ostracize them. And they also say that this is what men are always doing, even if it wasn't his will. Even if that's the will of the woman, to make her feel like a good wife, she wants to. You see, there was that video the other day was like some wife was like washing her husband's feet.
Oh yeah,
it looked like some tradition.
Yeah, at the wedding.
The comments were going mad. I was like, well, clearly one, it looks like a tradition, and two, if this is the person that you love, like everybody always, when it's a man and a woman, everybody always sees that is the man and that's the woman. Whereas if it's same sex, or do you see what I'm saying? No one really cares about the dynamics anymore. But it's the same thing. It's just a relationship between two people
who love each other.
One of them is washing the other one's foot.
The funny thing is,
that's how they feel. Like that's how they feel.
The funny thing is about that is that was supposed to mimicking biblical references when Jesus washes the feet of his disciples. That's what that's supposed to mimic. But what people saw was, God forbid, a woman's cleaning a man's feet.
Exactly.
But we only saw a minute of the footage.
Not even a minute.
We don't know if he cleaned her feet afterwards, and if he did wash her feet afterwards, that wouldn't have been. I don't think that would have been a problem.
He was bawling his eyes out.
But that's because of the symbol of the love that she's shown him is what got him emotional. I'm presuming.
But this is what I'm saying. Even down to the fact that she's being subservient to him, and he is being maximum appreciative of what she is doing. It's not good enough.
I think the whole men are trash movement, society, whatever you want to call it. I feel like they're this big. It's almost like a bully at school. I think it's damaging to the future of black families. It is more damaging than people realise. I feel like I don't like the fact that women are tearing men down. And mind you, this whole men are trash narrative is bullshit because women are trash too. Because I don't know if you've been seeing some of the stories that have been coming out of Lani's thread on Twitter, or if you know about it. She does these threads where she asks women to anonymously share stories. It could be things tell me about a time where you cheated or something. And some of the stories that are coming out from these women, and you want to turn around and call men trash when we're doing similar, if not worse, things. And I don't care if someone calls me a pick me, or if someone says I'm being controversial, or if someone decides I don't want to listen to this podcast anymore. I mean, no, I care. Listen to the podcast. But the point that I'm trying to make is we're out here calling men trash, but women are trash too. Women are doing stuff that is trashy as well, right? And
people do trashy stuff.
People are doing trashy things. People are selfish. People do what they want, So I just think it's damaging. I don't think it makes sense as a woman for us to tear down our men, especially if you're a heterosexual woman. Why are you tearing down men? Do you think that's going to make you desirable? Look at our auntie Lani Good. She's destroyed her market because she was here moving mad. Even though Tion Wayne was wrong.
That market is finished.
Right. Yeah. So I just feel like as a woman, I feel like men and women, we need to protect each other. And I think there's a more productive way to express or give feedback about some of the things that they've done. I think people are less receptive to listen to what you're saying when you attack them. And I think that this whole men are trash society thing is women tearing men down and not productively telling them this is what you do that we don't like. This is the stuff that you need to do to improve on. And
it's more of an echo chamber. I think men are trash is more women just talking to women about the issues they have with men and just getting angry and it going in a circle. And then once the sound is reverberated loud enough, it just gets thrown at men like not in a way to do anything about it.
On social media, if there's, whenever I look at some of these threads, and I see that a man makes a comment about something, straight away, somehow, which way or form, there's going to be women in those comments talking about men are trash. You can't speak on it. You can't. And don't get me wrong. I think there's certain, don't get me wrong. I think there's certain topics that men shouldn't talk about. Because, like last week, I was like, men really shouldn't be talking about whether a woman should do something or not when it comes to her feelings. Specifically talking about Danny Lee going for the baby, knowing what he's like and stuff like that. I don't think that men should be talking about, you know, even in this conversation today, when you was like, why would you tat someone's name on your body? Whilst I wouldn't do it and you wouldn't do it, I don't think that we should really be trying to judge someone for deciding to do it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that men,
everyone's gonna have their reason.
Everyone will have their reason, but I just don't think that there's certain topics that men shouldn't never speak me. On.
Yeah, it could never
be me.
And
I think there's some topics that men shouldn't speak on women's behalf. Women should talk about it. Women should front it. But it doesn't mean that any time a man speaks, men are trash. Don't talk about it. It's like it's bullying. And the thing is, it's so far removed from feminism, because that's not what feminism is about. So feminism's just being used in the wrong way.
I don't even know if men are trash is like a subsidiary feminist movement, though.
I think it's just a bunch of angry women.
I just think it's just completely exclusive. Angry women talking to one another about things that make them angry, that just so happen to be men.
There's gonna come a time when you're gonna call all the men trash, and then you're gonna wonder why I shouldn't say that. That's controversial, isn't it?
That's the truth, though. It's the truth. I had this one girl that I used to work with who used to literally say this every single day. Men are trash, men are trash, men are trash. And it to me, it just got jarring to listen to, because the whole time I was working with her, I was with my partner. So I knew she's not talking about me really, but it still feels all the same, if you know what I mean. Like, I can't help but be a man. I'm a man. So if you're just blanket statement, it's affecting me too. Like, it's not what I want to hear all the time.
How does it affect you as a heterosexual man? How does it affect you hearing men are trash?
It's frustrating, because instead of talking to your individual experience and giving your individual experience an identity and an individualism, because you're talking about somebody or many bodies, but they're all personal to you. You're just making it about all of us. And I'm like, how the hell did I get included in this? Like, this has got nothing to do with me. All that waste and your poor choice has nothing to do with me. Because the thing you're talking about and the man that you're chasing here, there, and everywhere, and this one, I want to take 8K out of you. Yeah, all of that. Can
I just say, I don't like the whole your choice. It takes two to tango, you know.
Of course, yeah, but half of the choice is yours.
Okay, so, but even in saying your choice, it's kind of like you're putting blame on that person, but there's two people there.
No, but the person who I'm talking to, who I'm saying your choice to, so the girl, is telling me that men are trash and I'm a man. She's telling me that something I'm attached to is trash. And I'm like, okay, cool. But your experience of trash, that was your choice. You chose to to dabble with that guy. That's you. So you need to own that responsibility. Every time I see someone doing up, men are trash, I'm like, no, you have poor selection skills.
But people can be manipulated, or someone can portray themselves one way for a time, and then eventually you see the truth in them, and then you realize this person's trash, you know.
No, of course.
Just playing the angel's advocate, God's advocate. Because me, I don't do devils.
I've never heard of that one, but okay.
I don't do devils. But it's not impossible for some. I mean, I know you're engaged now, but please remember us that are still single. Remember how it felt to be us, okay?
I remember fully.
You'll meet someone for maybe first few dates. Everything's great. Oh my God, this person's amazing. And then the secret starts coming out. Then you're like, wow, this girl's crazy, you know? She's a bit...
Yeah, legit, but there's no point in time where I walk around and just be like, girls are mad, you know? Girls are mad. And there's every conversation, any, and I'm just throwing every girl, never. I'm like, damn it, man, that girl.
That's you. Like, some guys.
Yeah, I'm like that particular girl was mad.
But that's you.
And then I'm like, the next one is not going to be mad like that, I promise. And then it might happen again, and I'm like, damn it, how did I fall for the same shit again?
Because people pretend. People pretend.
Of course.
Wolves wrapped in sheep's clothing.
I understand that there's no value in grouping all women together under a negative umbrella. I understand that the issue is mine. If I've picked this girl and she's mad, and I've picked another one that is mad, hey, I already know that there's not every woman that's mad, because I've seen loads of examples of men happily married with women, or men happily in relationship with women, or same-sex relationships, but people with women, who's what I'm interested in, happy. So I know it exists. So I know that the mistake is clearly the people I am choosing.
So you know there are good women for you out there.
Of course.
Well, there is, isn't it? Because you're engaged now. But yeah. I mean, the whole men are trash thing mainly stems from relationship between men and, in terms of like romantic relationship between men and women, and how the representations that we've seen, you know, men stepping out, men being manipulative, men, you know, all that stuff. That's where men are trash comes from. I just think that feminism, when people hear feminism now, they don't really hear the good stuff that it was created for, what the movement is actually for.
Of course.
They hear the radical and OTT feminists who want to turn around and say we don't need men at all.
And
but
the
if we
difference
go down
is
that line, we're gonna not have family anymore, and eventually I feel that the human existence will just cease to exist.
Nah. It will exist. It will exist.
Sorry, I'm being so dramatic, but that's how I feel.
No, the thing with feminism is the actual battles that the original feminists would have fought. They're not battles that these feminists now have to fight, and they're not battles that we experience. So then that's not our reference point. We don't know women not being able to vote. That's not something we know, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we don't go, feminists, like they fought for this, they fought for that. No, we have the extremes that are now as our reference of feminism, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
that's the issue there. But it's definitely a necessary cause, because everybody needs their version of equality.
Yes.
And I say version because equality is not necessarily everybody getting exactly the same.
Yeah. I think that everyone deserves to have the same, to have respect, to receive respect and be respected for their choices. So long as it's not criminal and you're not harming anybody else, then everyone should be treated with the same respect and have the same opportunities or chances to have opportunity. So for example, the same rights to education, the same rights to have a job, the same right to vote, the same right to earn the same as everybody else in your respective field. The right to decide if you want to have kids or not, the right to decide if you want to marry or not, the right to love whoever you want to love. And I think feminism has, even though there's still a long way for us to go for women to be seen as equal counterparts to men, for it to not feel like a man's world, because it still fundamentally is a man's world, in my opinion. I think I'm big with words. I know I'm not that. I don't feel like I'm the best at articulating myself, but I'm very big on understanding what a word means truly before you start to use it. And I feel like a lot of people use words like I'm a feminist or feminism for other agendas that doesn't really match what that thing is all about. It's the same way with people use words like, I've got PTSD, say things like I've got PTSD, I've got anxiety, I'm bipolar, but they're not really, they're just using those words without understanding the gravity or the meaning of the word. They're just using it. The same thing with feminism. And the reason why I spoke about the whole men are trash thing is because they're two separate things, they're two separate ideologies. However, in my opinion, I feel like it's quite easy for people to think that because they believe that men are trash, they think that they're a feminist, when that's not what feminism is all about. And I know women, and I am a woman who is a feminist, but also believes that it is absolutely okay for me to not want to be independent. I don't want to have to fight for my life. I would love, as a heterosexual woman, to be with someone who can look after me. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a feminist or I don't believe in that cause. And I don't think it's fair for women who do want to work for themselves and make their own money and, you know, be totally independent, for them to judge me for that and say, oh, well, you know, you're not a feminist, or why would you want to do that? You're a pick me because you want to cater to your man the way Beyonce, Kelly and Michelle said that they want to cater to theirs in the song. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like the whole point of feminism was for women to choose the life that they want for themselves, and as women we should respect each other's choices without tearing each other down, because it's almost turning into like you follow us and have our ideas and ideologies, or we're gonna bully you,
or you're the enemy.
Or you're on their side, and it shouldn't really be a man against woman thing. It shouldn't be, especially in the black community, because we need to band together. We need each other, man.
Yeah, we really do.
So that's my little 2 pence on it.
That's damage 2 pence for the day.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. You can find me on Instagram as Dami_Zain. That's DAMI_ZAIN. You can also find me on Twitter as Dami Zain. So just DAMIZAIN. Venom, where can we find you?
You can find me at venom.com. VENXM.com. You can find me on Instagram, VENXM.music. And you can find me on YouTube and all the streaming sites. I'm on there with my music, doing that Venom stuff.
Exactly. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell if you're listening and watching on YouTube. If you are
and leave some comments as well, man.
Like we want to get in, we want to talk to people, so leave some comments.
For sure.
On Spotify and Apple Podcasts, please follow the podcast so that you can get the new episode whenever we upload them. We aim to upload on Mondays at 6 p.m. Thank you so much.
It's not COVID, don't worry.
It's not COVID. Thank you so much for listening, and again, thank you so much to our regulars. We have a few of them now. Big shout out to you guys. You know who you are. We really appreciate you. I'm going to ask that you share our podcast with someone that you know, so that we can get the listeners going. We can build a family of people. And yeah, going to leave it there. So until next time, peace.
Peace and love.